What's going on, everyone that is watching, which is nobody yet. So, rank and rent day 2. So let's get into this. So there's actually not a whole lot really going on because setting this up actually takes time. Okay, so setting up all the pages, setting up everything takes time. So there is a lot more to this. So I'm just gonna give you my thoughts about this so far because there's a lot more to this than I thought that went into it. I do know, obviously, things take time because setting up a website and setting up, like a personal website for yourself takes time. You have to do plugins, you have to do all the other stuff. So service pages have to be put up. I have to get a phone number. So I'll just tell you guys what I'm doing right now. So right now the team is creating the site and I have to get a Twilio number set up. So I'm in the middle of doing that right now. And I'm following a Udemy course that I took just to give me the sort of just like this, the part 1, part 2, part 3, like this is how you do it. And then I'm going to follow Jackie's advice on some of the stuff. So I'm picking up some terms that I just didn't know about, like parasite SEO. I have no idea what that even means. So I'm learning more and more things about like just flat level beginner stuff. I'm going to get all that out of the way and just go through and learn as much as I can to get to a level of understanding that's just higher and better. Getting the rank and rent stuff up to 20K is the goal. So these two things is, it's not too much of an update. It's just, I'm just going to give you my thoughts. People I've also seen outside of just the course and stuff like that. There's also another course I'm going to take from a guy that is messaging me. That's in Jackie's community. But I haven't gotten a hold of him yet. So he commented on one of my YouTube videos that I made, but I haven't seen a reply back yet. So we'll see what happens. I'll take his course as well and anything that he is willing to offer. I don't know his credibility. I don't know what he's done. But I've taken a ton of courses and I've taken a ton of crap over the years. And what I've noticed between people is this is not a knock on him, on the guy who wants to give me the course or whatever, but when you take things seriously, you take action very fast. And one thing about me is when I bought the Udemy course, I finished it in a day. Now I'm going through it again and following each procedure as you go. Because I think going through a course once will give you the understanding, okay, this is all the work that's required, and then following it the second time. So that's what I'm doing now. So unfortunately, Jackie doesn't offer like an actual course, like a paid course or coaching. I would take it in a heartbeat, but this rank and rent here, he was like, dude, like it's easy. It's one page, one domain. So it's not going to be just one page though. For me, I'm setting up multiple pages. I'm just following what the course tells me. Now, if Jackie says otherwise, then I'll probably listen to him, but it doesn't even matter because I have a teammate that's going to build all these anyway. So that's where my head is. Obviously, I'm a beginner, and a lot of people, want to give you like their 2 cents of what they think you should do, but I'm just documenting the whole thing, and I'm going to do this until it becomes successful. I have other businesses and other things that I do, like coaching and consulting. I do a couple of things for that in different areas and different things. So I'm willing to put quite a bit of money into it and just to see what works and what sticks. Because look, if I put in, let's just say $500 or $200, depending on what I pay my team to get all this stuff created. My guy I usually just pay him a monthly fee, like a monthly salary, and then he just does whatever I tell him to do. So then when he gets overworked, he's like, bro, you're overworking me. Then I'm like, okay, I'll pay you more. That's kind of what our agreement right now. And I told him that he's going to have to do more work. So depending on what I pay him, if I can get the site to rank and I'm even making $250 to $350 a month just from renting it out to him, like, again, like the power dynamic, the power dynamic is awesome. That's what I like about this model, because the power dynamic is you have the ranking, and then there's somebody in the industry that in my city that's going to want those leads, right? So they're going to be like, okay, what are you willing? And look, if the service that you fulfill is more, like, and I think Jackie said he doesn't want to deal with like 30 or 40 different people paying him X amount of dollars a month. Let's see, like, what would 20K, where's my phone? All right, so let's do a calculation. 20,000 divided by, so I'd need 80 people at $250 a month to get to 20,000. Now, I don't think I want 80 people either. You know what I mean? Especially like it wouldn't all come from the same niche unless I was setting it up in different cities. That would probably be a good idea. But even then, I could, I have teammates that I could implement as project managers. Now, again, I need to learn about how this all works much better before I do that, before I start delegating anything. So maybe I'll take on like, maybe I'll take on, what's it called? 20 to 30 and see how that goes. Right. But still getting to 20K a month is the goal. So we'll see what happens. And, yeah. So if anybody has any questions about what I'm doing and why, ask away in the comments and I'll answer it in a video. But other than that, I understand like this stuff is like a major component to why I'm pretty good at what I currently do, is understanding the dynamics of power, supply and demand, and just understanding like business. I understand like business sense, but Rank and Rent is something that I'm drawn to because, again, you set up being on page 1 of Google is a powerful thing. So when you're on page 1, and there's somebody that's on page 3, you reach out to them and say, yo, I'm on page 1. Here's my thing. You show it to them. Then, what annoys me more than anything? Instead of saying all of this in one message, it's said in, 4. I don't know why people do that. Anyway, full screen. So power dynamic. So that's a powerful thing, right? So if I was a business owner and somebody came to me and said, hey, and of course they showed me proof, right? And I was talking to my dentist about this, like, I think 4-5 months ago. And I was like, he's like, what do you do? Like, cause we finally got to asking, like, cause it's kind of a quiet conversation. He's kind of a quiet guy. And I was like, okay, like, and he's like, what do you do? And I was like, oh, I'm like kind of do some digital marketing stuff. I'm expanding into this and learning about this. And he's like, oh, and he's like, I don't even have a website. And obviously everyone probably hearing this right now is going to go, cha-ching, hello. Right. But, he's a good dude. And if I don't know how to get him that kind of result, because again, I don't work in the dentist niche, then I don't even want to offer that and play around with his money. I'd rather play around with my own money, get rankings first, and then sell them to him. And then I'll offer to build him a website for maybe a couple grand or something like that. And again, that's another thing too, is I want to also really push this forward and say, I will set up your site. I'll make it look like a good dentistry site that has your pictures and you on it, and it's very personalized, but I'm going to design it in a way that makes it look good from a customer perspective, because that's what I understand. If they don't want that, that's completely fine. They can just create it themselves, So basically, because I don't want somebody coming in with 1,000 revisions and being like, oh, can you do this? Can you do that? Unless it's a teammate that does it and they get the message, you know what I'm saying? So that's the idea behind that. So we'll see what what we do. This is already turning into almost a 10-minute video of me just talking. But anyway, day 3, I should have all this done. This should be about 25 to 30% done by then. So we'll see. See you guys in the next one.